Hi, pals. This is Blaine Hill at the Lake Murray Presbyterian Church here in the sanctuary. Today is April 2nd, Thursday in the year 2020. And this afternoon, we're going to continue looking at some back to basic ideas as we're all kind of being pushed back to basics to some degree, even as we're thrust into territory we don't know. The idea I want to talk to you about today deals with who Jesus is. And one of the classic Christian assertions and truths is that Jesus is the only sinless person, the only person without sin. We can find this in the Bible. The Apostle Paul says, "All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God." So sin is part of the human condition we find ourselves in, except Jesus is unique among humans. The letter to the Hebrews, which is involved in complex argument, but it compares Jesus or calls Jesus our high priest. And there we read, "We do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weakness, but we have one who in every respect has been tested as we are, yet without sin." Well, why should you care? Why does it matter? Well, here's the point that is important to us. When we say that Jesus is without sin, we don't simply mean that he is without mistake, though he is, or without error, or without misstepping in life. It's not as if we're just saying, Jesus never did anything wrong, like shoplift jumbo sweet tarts at the 7-Eleven on his way to school, or anything worse. We do mean that he hasn't committed overt sins, but we mean something much more, something that may be more important to us. I want to try an illustration from the Gospel of Mark to bring this point out. The point to bring out is simply not that Jesus avoids sins, but that Jesus transforms what's wrong in the world, and he makes it right. So let me read the story from the Gospel of Mark. This is in the first chapter. A leper came to Jesus begging him, and kneeling said to him, "If you choose, you can make me clean." Moved with pity, Jesus stretched out his hand and touched him and said to him, "I choose, be made clean." Immediately, the leprosy left him, and he was made clean. After sternly warning him, Jesus sent him away at once. I'm going to stop reading there. There's more to the story, but first, what is leprosy? What was leprosy in the first century? What was a leper, someone who had leprosy? Well, they had a skin disease that was highly contagious and destructive. And if a person caught leprosy, they weren't just quarantined, but they were cast out of society. They were unable to work, unable to socialize, unable to be with family, unable to join in worship. Well, as I read that, it doesn't feel as far away as I thought it might have. He certainly wasn't allowed any physical contact. He was feared as contagious, but also as contaminating. That's why Mark describes it, the man saying, "If you want, you can make me clean." The word there can be translated well, whole, in also. So the man wasn't just that he was sick, and it wasn't that he was feared because he might make other people sick. People were concerned that he was somehow spoiled and would contaminate them. It was a terrible situation. And he made a request to Jesus to be made clean, to be physically healed for sure, but to be restored back into society as well. As I talk about this, I realize there's probably a lot for us to reflect on as we're practicing social distancing. But the thing I want to draw out today from this story is that Jesus touches the man. Now, the rules of that day meant that Jesus should have been made ritually unclean. But instead, Jesus makes the man clean. Jesus should have been contaminated, but instead he makes the man whole and clean. He's physically healed, and he's restored back to social interaction, back to family interaction. It's not just that Jesus is perfect in that he avoids sin. No small thing. It's not just that Jesus is perfect in that he avoids problems or difficulty or pain. He doesn't. The cross of Jesus makes it clear that Jesus does not avoid hard and terrible things in life. Jesus touches those things that are hard and terrible and painful and lonely, the problems of life. He touches those things and he makes them new and whole and fresh again. When we talk about Jesus being sinless, we also mean that Jesus transforms. Jesus transforms sorrow to joy. He transforms anxiety into faith. Jesus transforms illness to health. Jesus transforms isolation into community and fellowship. Jesus transforms death into life. That's good news of Jesus' perfection. It's not that he did a better job than we did of being a person. No, that wasn't the point. The point is he transforms what it means to be a person and makes us whole, connects us to other people, washes away what is dirty in our lives and makes us sound. Now we're still waiting for that and hoping for the work to be complete. But that's the hope that drives us forward, to live for others, to love God and our neighbor. Well, I hope you are able to join us in worship this coming Sunday, the 5th of April. We will be worshiping online at 8:30, be streaming. We've upgraded our software system, so hopefully now Facebook Live will be the best and easiest way to watch. There should be links to Facebook Live, to YouTube, to our website, and to a church app in the comment or information section below. You can reach out to us. Our phone number's there. You can reach out to me, and we'll walk you through how to do that. At the 10:30 service, we'll be streaming on Facebook, and we're going to try something different. We're going to have drive-in church at 10:30 here on our property. This is how we plan for it to work. First, you'll pull in to a parking spot in your car, facing uphill towards our office building. And then you'll stay in. Don't get out of your car. That's how we're going to practice social distancing and yet somehow be together. So if you'll stay in your car and then tune in to 89.7. We've bought a very small radio transmitter, and you should be able to hear us loud and clear. Now, in order to follow along with the worship service, I would like, we're going to post the worship order online, and that will be in our regular Friday email. We'll be sure to put a link on the front page of our website, too. You can pull it up on your phone right there. I recommend that you print one out so that it'll just be easier that way. We would love to be able to hand them out, but again, that would disrupt that isolation and social distancing that we need to keep. So this Sunday, we're going to have drive-in church where you'll pull in, stay in, and tune in. There's one last thing that I need to do, and this is really important. I used to joke about being on a television ministry, which is not exactly what this is, but probably as close as I'm going to get. So there's something, since I'm sort of on TV, really important that I need to do. And it's this. Hi, Mom. Love you. Well, we love you all. God bless you and keep you. And we hope to be able to be with you again soon.